Welcome back to Let's Play System Shock 2. When we last left off, I had just come into here and hidden. Also, I did a little bit of tinkering. If the frame rate on the videos is more stable or better now, then I guess we'll see. Changed the process priority on the recording software to a high priority. I will try setting it to real time next. Just affects how the computer prioritizes the different processes and such that are running. Okay, I think if memory serves... Oh, that's gonna hurt. This is not a good way to start the day. Where am I? Wait. I think this is actually where I was going to go. I totally meant to do that. Cough, cough. By which I mean that was a total accident that just happened to work out completely in my favor. Assuming that this is where I'm trying to go. I believe engine nacelle. Well, that was odd. Engine nacelle B is where I'm trying to go. I think I usually get stuck on this part a little bit because the console I'm supposed to interact with is kind of awkwardly located. Yep, there it is.
This device will reverse the gravitronic generators in Pod 2. This will prevent you from clumsily disturbing the overloaded Meson acceleration coil there. Now get back to your task, insect. The ship must be cleared, and my patience is dwindling.
I already got all 15 of those eggs, lady. You can hush. You don't get to be snippy with me. Whoa. On and gravity reversed. Doesn't on switch usually go with off switch? I mean, that's basic binary there, and you're supposed to, well, that's not part of it. I was gonna say that it's basic binary and that she's a computer, so binary should be kind of her thing, but I remembered also that that machine is not part of her, so you know. Also, I want to test this. Yes. Haha! I can remove those things now. Which works well to my advantage. I remember what I was going to do. Sorry, the telephone is ringing and it made me lose my train of thought slightly. If it starts ringing again, I will answer it. Wait, which way am I going? This way. I'm gonna go ahead and recover with that. I know I also used those worm piles more than anything just to get them out of my way. I don't like the risk of stepping on them and getting poisoned. So the worm blood implant is definitely going to be useful. I believe that blue one makes me immune to biotoxin as long as it's charged and in me, as removing it then releases all the toxins. 1 second. I'm going to mute the microphone but continue playing. The phone is ringing again. Okay, I'm back. Slightly awkward moment. I have to run to the living room for 1 moment to go change a channel on a TV. I'm not making a habit of doing this, but I don't want to re-record the past 6 minutes. 1 second. I will run. I apologize for that. When family member calls, one can only ignore the phone so many times. But all is well now. TV show is being recorded as per request. And we're back to heading towards Pod 2. I heard a sound in the background and stopped speaking for a second to make sure it wasn't an enemy. With my luck, the way things are going, I will walk right into a rumbler and then get knocked into a hole and then explode. Whoa! Well, I guess that's what the gravity reverse meant.
You were warned. Prepare to be cut down by the progeny of our joy.
What's the progeny of your joy, and why is it going to cut me down? Is it another rumbler? Because I've dealt with a few of them already. That noise. I'm sorry, that noise just weirds me out a little bit. It sounds like what one would expect some new psionic horror to sound like. Well, that ice pick is a definite keep. What is that? Is that the... I don't know, that's just an unfamiliar sound.
It was I who chose you, and I who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak, but you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance.
Evil laughter in background at end of audio file. So, A little bit of history. At the beginning of the game, when it said Memory Restoration Override, that was Shodan using the systems to prevent the player from remembering that she had him knocked out and implanted with cybernetics, probably against his will. So, woo. Well, we found a church. And a security drone! Leave me alone! I'm in Sanctuary. Go away. I cried Sanctuary, darn you. I have learned that autosave,
You were warned. Prepare to be cut down by the progeny of our joy.
I'm stuck. Help! There we go. I've learned that when you go through a bulkhead, there's... What's shooting me? All the way from there? Really? The autosave kicks in, so even if I haven't saved after going through the bulkhead, I can still use that as a mechanism with which to save me. Just checking my inventory real quick.
I thought Polito would be my avatar, but Polito was weak. It was I who chose you. And I, who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak. But you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance.
I figured a thing out. He spawns when you walk in there. I wondered why, for a second, how he got there, since that's a dead-end hallway. He teleports when I walk in there. Interesting fact, the enemies that spontaneously appear, they're not actually spontaneously appearing. There are times where if you run around a corner quick enough, you can see them appear, and the particle effect that they use when they appear is the same as the psionic character's teleportation ability, which means that the Mini, being a psionic entity, is likely teleporting them into your vicinity because it cannot figure out exactly where you are. I have probably mentioned this previously, but there have been so many episodes I can't remember. I just find little details like that interesting because the game then uses its own lore to explain enemies infinitely spawning without the excuse being they just pop into existence. Go away! Don't kill me! Oh crud, there's more of them! That regeneration skill kicked in at just the right split second to save my hide. You fall over, and you're gonna get a conk on the noggin. Come here, you. How am I missing? How am I missing? This has been a wonderful episode. I was aiming directly at him and somehow missed every swing.
Prepare to be cut down by the progeny of our joy.
You know what? I don't need that one shotgun ammo that bad. Backspace key. I'm just gonna accept this as a gift. Okay, so we're at the 15-minute. Okay, I'm gonna stand over here. We're at the 15-minute point, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this one, and I will see you next time.